Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. And on the menu for this Saturday, we have Flying Bunny, a bunny-filled title recently released on the PlayStation 4. What kind of taste will this cute game have? Let's get cooking and find out! Jumping right into the gameplay, we're given the option of choosing between several characters. Initially, you only have 3 characters available, but through completing various challenges, you can unlock additional characters as well, up to 13 total. Each character has an attack power and an attack speed that's listed below, as well as a certain skill. So the 3 default characters, their skills are, for Bunny, I love my pets. Pet skill cooldown time is minus 30%. Ring Ring, more bigger, increased Gigantus time twice, and Jay has the magnetic power strong. Jay can easy to get item at nearby yourself. So a little bit of bad English there with the localization, but it's nothing too critical as there's not really a whole lot of text in this game. So for showing off the game, we'll initially start with Bunny, and maybe we'll have the opportunity to jump to another character if we have a short run. After you've selected your character, you can select 2 pets. The first one is a passive shooter, and you have a choice between 8 different characters that you can unlock as you defeat bosses. And right now we have 3 available. We'll stick with the Water Prince, who I turned off by mistake. And then in the active slot, you have the choice of 8 different pets for a bomber, or you can go with 9 different pets as a support. We'll go ahead and stick with the one I have selected, Zetcat, because he's super cute. And finally, you select 2 items to take with you for your run. There's the Start Booster, basically accelerates you at the very beginning of the stage. Power Candy, 10% power increase. Blessing of Candy Core, a shield that prevents damage once. The extra hit points, +1, which is basically the same thing. And then Resurrection, so when you die, you come back with 1 HP. We'll go ahead and stick with the 2 that I already have selected, the Power Candy and the extra hit points. Let's get cooking! Gameplay-wise, Flying Bunny is less of a traditional shoot-'em-up and more of an endless runner, where we're always progressing in a left-to-right fashion, collecting coins, candy, what have you. But there are, of course, shoot-'em-up elements to it. So as we collect candy, we fill up a gauge at the bottom, and once that gauge is full, we activate our shooter powers. Each stage is broken up into 2 sections. There's kind of an overworld stage and a cave stage. And in the cave stage, we see our boss in the background that will be challenging momentarily. And at the end of the cave stage, there's always the boss. So here we are up against our first boss. Bosses are relatively easy with a couple predictable patterns, at least initially, but they do get more difficult as the game moves on. Also, if you don't defeat a boss fast enough, they do power up. So to take out this guy just a little bit faster, we'll use our Zetcat's active ability to make short work of our boss. Now we move on to stage 2-1. So in addition to collecting candy for our weapon, as we defeat these turtle enemies, occasionally we'll get power-ups. In that case, it was an actual weapon power-up, but sometimes it's a magnetic power-up, a giganticism power-up, and also a boost power-up. We're also collecting letters to activate Lunar Mode, which basically takes us to almost a bonus stage-like section where we can collect big points from collecting candy. There are also certain power-ups spread out throughout the game, which will automatically fill that up. And here we see big candy, big coins, big points. And we find ourselves at our stage 2 boss. The greater your weapon's power, the faster bosses will go down, and some seem tankier than others. Unfortunately, I missed the weapon power up there. But we got lucky, there was a weapon power up in the first enemy we defeated in stage 3-1. Also, you might have noticed if we happen to collect all the candy in a particular line, we get an excellent, basically a perfect for that section. And that continues our weapon power, even if it happened to be low and about to run out. So that's definitely desirable to collect all of our candy to keep our firepower up there. And that's basically about it for Flying Bunny. It's just a cute, relaxing type game. At least that's the way I view it. So what are my thoughts about Flying Bunny? As far as plus flavors are concerned, I think Flying Bunny has a lot of really fun and cute characters to it. The theming is definitely strong, with all the characters being various bunny girls or bunny boys. But if you're not necessarily into cute style titles, then you might want to take a pass based on that. Also, the not so much the characters. The pets are also adorable, and even the bosses are really cute, as we come up against our boss, Zetcat here. And this type of title, an endless runner, sometimes it's just what the doctor ordered. A fun, simple, relaxing title to just kick back and enjoy sometimes with is sometimes the perfect game to enjoy. On the minus flavors, the controls are overly simplistic. Really, you're just pressing the X button to boost up and releasing it to fall back down. Always staying in the same vertical plane and never moving horizontally left or right. We do also have the added ability of our active ability, in this case Zetcat's cannon, but that's really it. And for a lot of shoot 'em up fans, that might be too simplistic of a game for their tastes. I also feel that some of the challenges to unlock the additional characters are quite unreasonable and possibly even impossible, which is a pity, as you really want to try out like all the characters in this type of a title. Speaking of which, let's jump characters real quick. At the end of your run, you get bonus points based off of how far you reach stage-wise, and a multiplier based off of the coins you collected. We'll go ahead and take Jay so we can see how powerful her magneticism is, and stick with the other two settings. So overall, I've had a lot of fun with Flying Bunny. Like I said, it's a simple title, but sometimes that's just what you're craving. So if you're looking for something that's light, cute, and enjoyable, this is definitely one that I can recommend. It's not a free-to-play title. It does have a single upfront cost on the PlayStation Network, so keep that in mind. But if that's not a deterrent to you, then this is definitely one that I'd recommend giving a try. Well, that should just about wrap it up for this week's episode of Shoot 'em Up Saturday. As always, I want to thank you so much for coming out and joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.